Hello and welcome to MCC TV International Show. My name is Dabeet. I'm the Business Department Coordinator here, and also I host this show. As usual, every show is a special show because our guests are so special. Hence, we bring them to share their stories and share everything they do here at MCC or in the community with all of you. So today's show is also a very special show. We are hosting two of our students on this show from Phi Theta Kappa, or Ptk. The guest for today's show will be number one, Delaney. How are you?
Oh, I'm good.
And Antonio.
Hi.
Good to have you with us today. So let's start by asking each one of you to introduce yourself first.
So my name's Delaney Clark. I've been on your show before to talk about PTK. I'm from Maquoketa, Iowa, and I am a conservation major. And I finally made a decision on my college. I know last time we were discussing it a little bit, but I'll be transferring to the University of Wisconsin-Platteville in the fall.
Good for you.
Yes.
And Antonio?
I'm Antonio Dabeet. I'm actually from Jerusalem, Palestine. I grew up there and I came here 2 years ago, and I decided to start studying engineering technology. So I've been in 3 semesters and I still have 1 semester left. And then I'm becoming the president for Phi Theta Kappa next year. Good to have you on the show. So we're going to start with,
first of all, more information about each one of you. We want you to bring more and share more information with our audience so they get to know more about Delaney and they get to know more about Antonio. So, growing up, tell us something about you, Delaney, and then about you, Antonio.
So I got in trouble last time because I only mentioned my sister. So I'm going to give a shout out to my parents, Jeff and Renelle, right now, so that I don't get in trouble again.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, growing up in Maquoketa was great, a small little town, and I guess coming to Muscatine, it was also a good choice. So I guess I don't have much to say.
Good. Antonio, any stories to share with us?
Well, yeah, I have a lot, but I'm gonna talk a bit. So this is a story I had before. I had a lot of friends I were in my country, so I left everything. I came here, I start over, and now I have a lot of friends, and Delaney, one of my best friends. I just want to go back and visit everybody.
Okay, that's a normal feeling. You know, we always miss our friends and places where we grow up and so on. That is really good. The subject of this episode obviously is PTK. We want to learn more about PTK. We want to talk about your trip to Florida to the Ptk International Convention there. Talk about that too. And come all over to this point and talk about what's next. So let's start about PTK. Tell our audience something about PTK. What is, is 3 nice letters. Each letter stands for something. So tell us something about the organization.
Yeah, so Phi Theta Kappa is the 2-year college honor society. So, oh gosh, how many chapters are there?
We have
I don't even remember.
more than 150.
There's a lot of chapters. At the convention, there were 600 chapters and 3,775 members that attended.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the last one we went to.
Yeah. And something really cool about the convention was that the Jamaica chapter, there was a college in Jamaica that had joined Phi Theta Kappa, so they were there for the opening ceremony and the whole convention to formally join the society, that was really neat for me to experience.
So Phi Theta Kappa is, I'm aware that it's here in the United States, but do they have chapters outside the United States? You just mentioned Jamaica.
Yeah, Jamaica.
Do they have
Germany
also?
Why is it ceremony?
Oh gosh,
and Canada,
there's Mexico,
Mexico.
Canada.
Wow. So they are in different countries too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, which is really cool.
Okay. So if I want to become a Phi Theta Kappa member, what I have to do, for example, if I'm a student and I want to become a member, what I have to do to become a member?
Well, you have to be high grade GPA. You need to be 3.5 to higher GPA, and
Over 12 credits.
yes, over
at the
12
college
full-time.
level?
Yeah, absolutely full-time school. And what else?
That's it. You get invited after
Yeah.
your cumulative GPA. So most of our members are invited after their first college semester.
So it's not something that I will decide, for example, as a student. It's
Right.
by invitation.
Yep, invitation.
It's by invitation. Okay. So here at MCC, how many students do we have in PTK right now? Like around
I'd say a little over 80.
a little over 80 members. Okay.
We
Wow.
just just sent out invitations to, I believe, like 100 members just this semester alone.
Wow.
So it was really awesome.
So we have really a very strong chapter.
We do.
And that's just at MCC. I assume
Right.
it's the same thing at Scott, the same thing
Maybe
at
more.
Clinton
Yeah.
also.
Yeah.
Wow. So district-wide will be really a very strong chapter.
Absolutely.
Okay. So activity-wise, what do you do as a student organization, as an honor society? What kind of projects do you get involved in?
Yeah, so we have a college project and an honors and action project. So the college project, we work with faculty and administration at MCC, and then we, I guess Dr. DeWinter kind of gives us some insight on what change or what project we could do on campus. So we work with her and Dr. Pickard to kind of.
And also we do a lot of fundraisers, just some money for conferences and stuff like that. We did a lot, like we were volunteering in a couple of restaurants, just some money for helping us when we went to the conference in Florida. We did a lot fundraising in MCC, like Valentine's Day, and what else?
We did a bingo night.
Bingo night.
So you're very active.
Yeah.
Chapter.
Yeah.
Very active chapter. Okay. So basically, you do these activities throughout the year. You invite new members. Then basically, I'm interested more in more like, I would say, community projects. Do you do community projects? Do you help? And can you share something with us about very specific project?
Yeah, so our Honors and Action project this year was working with the, oh gosh, I'm going to mess this up, Iowa State University Extension Office and 4-H
Yes.
outreach.
Okay.
So we volunteer at Central Middle School with the program Ricochet. And so that's with at-risk youth that in middle school. So Antonio and I are in the same class. And so we work with 7th graders.
So you work with 7th graders. Do what?
We do
Like-
a lot of activities. We help them to focus and listen and trying to be more focusing about stuff what we're talking about and help them to do like a lot of stuff about thinking before like they doing anything before.
Decision making.
Yeah.
It's a leadership-based
Okay.
program.
Leadership.
So we help them develop into positive leaders instead of negative leaders because they're at risk.
Yeah.
So we want them to.
And I assume things like that does make a huge difference
Absolutely,
on
yeah.
students when they look up to you as, oh, well, we have some students who are coming from the college to be with us and to work with us.
Yeah, like a role model.
And be a role model. I think it does make a huge difference on those students.
So next year we will be in Ricochet too because this year in Ricochet won.
We're in 2 right now.
Yeah, but we done. Oh yeah, we done 1 and 2, and next year we're gonna be in Ricochet 3.
So you will continue the same
Yeah.
thing, helping students at middle school level. It will be.
It moves by the classes. So Ricochet 1, that our vice president Dina, she's in that classroom. So Ricochet 1 is 6th graders, and we're in Ricochet 2, which is 7th
Seventh
grade.
grade,
And
oh.
so
And 8,
it
yeah.
moves up.
Okay, perfect.
Because the
perfect.
students get to know us, who we are, and
The volunteers.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, good, good. And I know that both of you went to Florida, right?
Did.
So you went to the convention, Phi Theta Kappa convention in Florida. Tell us something about that. What did you learn there?
Oh my gosh.
A lot, right?
Yeah,
A lot.
we learned a lot.
Especially the sessions. It's a lot of
Yeah.
sessions.
A lot of skills?
experience, skills. Good things we learned we never know about it before.
Yeah, something that I was really thankful for the conference was the amount of networking I got to do. While I also learned a lot, I met people from so many different states, and I got to network, and I made lifelong friends. Like,
Same.
our best friends go to Clinton Community College, so shout out to Michaela and Derek.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So you had not just like an educational experience, but
Right.
also, as you said, networking,
That networking,
meeting
yeah.
other what I call
friendship.
students leaders in different locations, different colleges, and so
Absolutely.
on.
Yeah.
That is very good. I know that you provided us with some pictures. And I know our producers, Chad Bishop, will be soon sharing some of those pictures. And once we start seeing those pictures on the screen, obviously we want you to tell our audience what are we looking at and so on. So here is, I see the first one here, and Antonio and Delaney.
Yes, this is the first day we went there. It was really big place. We kind of lost, but we find this one, the
Yeah.
poster, and we trying to take a picture before they remove it. Like, if we have chance.
Those convention centers are way too big
They're
in Florida,
huge.
right?
It was around 800,000 rooms in it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So that banner was in the atrium. The atrium was just under 5 acres inside the hotel,
Inside the hotel,
which
yeah,
was pretty cool.
yeah, yeah. Wow, that's beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah. That's the same logo that's on our t-shirts.
Okay, so
Okay, John, so remember last time I was here, you asked me if we were going to go to Disney World, and I said
And you
probably
did.
not, but we went to Disney
you
World.
did. I can see the picture here,
Yes.
so that's a proof.
Don't forget our
So-
T-shirt.
Yes,
Yeah.
so we actually, a funny story, we have Mickey Mouse t-shirts on in that picture, so everything was super expensive down there.
Oh yeah.
So we actually, after the first day of the convention, we walked to Walgreens. We took like a 2-mile walk, and we went to Walgreens and bought t-shirts and cereal and milk, and like, cause everything is just so expensive.
It is.
But-
yeah, but that's
Yeah, we
that's a nice
But-
nice picture.
Yeah, so that's us in front of Cinderella's castle
Yeah.
at Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, Magic Kingdom.
Oh my gosh, this was a lot of
Oh.
fun. So I am in the green shirt. This
Uh-huh.
was the last night of the conference. This was human foosball. So all of the regions made a team. And so previous to this, all of us were dressed up in our dresses and our tuxes and suits and all that for the gala. But then we stayed there and we ate. And then we went to play human foosball. So I actually got recruited like the day of. Like I went to go watch some friends, and then they were like, "Oh, we need another teammate." So we lost, but it
But
was
you ended
it was
up-
fun.
Yeah, you ended
Yeah.
up taking part of that.
Well, I
Good.
tried to go and get my clothes changed,
Yeah.
and then when I came back, I find them losing. And
Yeah, Antonio was
So
a little
yeah,
bit late.
I didn't
Are
catch.
you saying they lost because you weren't with them?
Yeah.
or-
Yeah,
Kinda.
Okay,
that was a
that's
lot
good.
of fun though.
Well,
That's
this
a beautiful picture. Is this the one that we saw at the Calumet, the newspaper?
Yeah.
Is it similar?
Right.
Because
No,
it-
not this one.
not this one.
I
It-
think
it
you see
almost
it on the front
same.
page.
Yeah,
It's
almost.
on the airport.
Okay.
With ICC.
Okay.
So
okay.
those students, some of them from Texas, from
Kansas.
Kansas, and New Jersey.
Iowa.
Iowa.
Because Jacob is
Oh
the
yeah,
one sitting
Jacob
next to
and
me.
Derek. He's behind me, behind my head.
Yeah, I think they're from Iowa and Kansas.
Yeah.
if I remember right.
And like every five minutes, I have like, hey guys, let's take a selfie. It's just only once for a day.
It was
Yeah.
funny. But we were out on, so that's actually turf. They had like a turf soccer field at the convention center. We were out there playing Uno
Yeah.
on
This is after
Saturday
when we played them.
afternoon.
Good. Beautiful picture. Yeah.
Oh,
Here is the.
Yeah,
nice
this is the Ptk Connect Board. So this was in the marketplace, and this is a place where all of the chapters that were represented could sign their names. So we wrote Beta Zeta Phi up there, right under. It's like behind Antonio's left
behind my
shoulder.
shoulder.
But we wrote Beta Zeta Phi and then signed our names. So that was super cool.
Yeah.
Really nice.
Get to see who
And we have
is
Mickey.
attending. Yeah, we have Mickey's on both
Well,
sides.
this is the whole region of Iowa. So this is the whole chapters with us. This is there are ICC, all ICC, right?
They're, yeah.
Yeah. So it's like the whole PTK from the state
Iowa.
of Iowa.
From
Yeah.
Iowa.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
So they went
and
there.
we had signs to. I left a sign for where? Why we left it for what? For like turning
So-
around.
So at each of the general sessions, the states, like all of the regions spell out, like have separate posters with one letter each. I'm not explaining this well at all. But so we have an IOWA
Yeah,
for
Iowa.
four separate posters, and
Yeah.
Antonio got to carry the W. And at the general sessions, you parade around and you cheer really loud for your
Running
state.
like
state.
Iowa,
Yeah.
Iowa.
Okay.
Iowa.
Wow.
So some of them, like New York, their regions brought the crowns of the Statue of Liberty, and they would wear those all the time. So just cute little things like that.
Good.
Like there was a state with cowbells. I can't remember which one it was, but
Good. Here's I think that's the same picture.
Yeah.
So wow.
Oh, yeah, I took that picture.
This
Magic
one,
Kingdom.
Yes.
Delaney, she took this picture. It was really good shot, and how it's like the fireworks behind the building.
Yeah.
That was so magical.
That's an amazing place. That's an amazing place. I always tell Disney is not just a magical place, but it's a place that puts magic on the faces of every visitors that goes there.
Well,
Yeah.
honestly, we walked a lot
Yeah,
to just
yeah.
reach our like
Yeah.
passing out.
And here is another picture in
This
front of the
is
castle.
all of the attendees at the convention from the EICC district.
Okay.
So that's Scott, Clinton, and Muscatine.
That's
all
a good
together.
group of attendees.
Yeah.
We were 15 or 13 students.
There were 13 students and 2 adults? 3 adults.
Yeah, 3.
Okay.
Karen with us too.
Yep.
Okay. Good. Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Fantastic Four.
This is So this is picture before gala and the region, Iowa region. When we went to Iowa region, so we took some shots from what we were wearing, and this is the last day we had it.
So
And
we're with
Nice picture.
Derek
Yeah.
and Michaela there.
yeah,
Yeah. Nice picture.
Derek, he became my best friend.
We all ended up.
Now here we are talking about what?
Okay, so,
Airport or what?
5
here?
in the morning.
so this is about 5 in the morning in the Orlando airport.
Yeah.
And we're playing Uno.
Uh-huh.
And we are on, so I was on 1.5 hours of sleep. I don't think Antonio slept at all.
No, I passed out for 55 minutes, and Derek
Oh,
got locked
yeah.
up outside, and he's trying to pack up his stuff
He locked his roommate out of their room because he fell asleep.
at 3 in the morning.
Wow.
So that was funny.
Yeah, when we get the airport, we start laughing until we get Muscatine. We did not stop laughing.
I fell asleep at the airport on the bench.
Chicago.
It was really, I
It
was
was
so
in
tired.
Chicago.
Okay, here is Iowa, right?
Yeah, this is the poster, and this is the team where we're holding the post and trying to run around the regions and stuff.
Parading around.
Everybody and say Iowa, Iowa, and yelling and screaming.
It's a lot of fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are the 3rd row. I'm on the right and Antonio's on the left. He's kind of blocked by those 2 people's hands. But you probably can't see it, but I'm screaming and crying all at the
passed
same
out.
time. I was so scared. But that was Splash Mountain at Disney World.
Yeah.
That was a lot of
Also,
fun.
we got this some shower or small shower.
Yeah. I didn't get wet, surprisingly.
Yeah.
I thought I would.
Well, that's amazing. You know, I mean, the pictures are really nice. It does mean a lot to each one of you who were there, you know, and but it does also means a lot to us as audience also, and for me as someone who is basically taking care of this show or hosting this show. So millions of thanks for sharing those pictures with us and with our audience. You know, it seems to me you had great time, but also it seems to me you learned a lot of skills, a lot of things that perhaps maybe you didn't know about before going to that convention. I know, Antonio, this is your first time going to
Yes.
that. Delaney, did you go last year?
Yep, I went to Kansas.
Where was it last year?
Kansas City, Missouri.
Kansas City.
And
Go ahead.
next year it's gonna be in Texas.
Yeah, Dallas,
Next year
Texas.
in Texas. Okay, so like, since you went last year and also you participated this year, can you compare the two conventions?
Yeah.
I mean, like, I assume obviously, you know, Florida convention
Was
centers
much
and so on
warmer.
is much bigger. I know I
Yeah.
went to Florida many times and I attended different
Yeah.
different again conventions there, and I was amazed by the size
Yeah.
of those places
They're
in
huge.
Florida. I think one time I saw something, I don't want to say similar, but can be compared to those convention centers in. I'm trying now to remember. You see, it's weird to forget that on a show, but in limited places around the country that has convention centers that big,
space,
like
yeah.
the one and the space like the one in Florida.
I think the one you told me about the airplanes, something like that.
Yeah, and I'm trying. That's in Florida.
Yeah.
That's in Florida, but I'm trying to Louisiana.
Oh.
Now, they have also really big convention centers, but it's not still as big as the ones in Florida. So if back to that comparison, what did you, for example, experience or see in Florida that you didn't see, for example, in Kansas City?
So I think there were a lot more people just because of the location.
Uh-huh.
Obviously, it was warmer,
Yeah.
but
Nice weather.
yeah, I mean, the size was definitely much bigger for sure. I understand what you're saying there. Something that about the convention itself was that they had more sessions. So
Okay.
last year, I think because it was the 100 year, they were trying to fit more activities in, so there were less sessions for us to attend. This year, we had 10 that we could go to, like the educational forums. So that's something I really appreciated was they just had more diversity with that.
So more choices and
Right.
diversity. Okay.
And something that was really cool that I don't think they had last year was an app. You got an app on your phone, and you could put in what sessions you wanted to go to.
Yeah.
And then it would, like, there was like a map on there, so you could start,
And
like,
it
at
tells you
this
well,
location,
yeah.
tells you where to
No,
turn
actually,
left
this
and
is the hotel map.
the hotel map.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was at a convention 2 months ago in Denver.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing. I love that. I don't need to carry any papers with me anymore.
Right.
Everything is on my
Yeah.
phone.
Phone, yeah.
And just like going and getting reminders that this session you
Starts
sign up
in-
for this session and gonna start, for example, in 10 minutes or 15
Right.
minutes. I
Yeah.
love that. I
It
love
was-
that
it was
technology.
really
Where
helpful.
we find it trouble when we have like session in this room and we will walk like 6 or 7 minutes to the other room. It's away from
Yeah.
each rooms.
Some of the
It's a bigger place.
Yeah.
That's
some of the sessions were in the convention center itself. Some were on the other side of the building next to the hotel part.
Okay.
So it was difficult to get there with the 15 minutes because some sessions go
Yes.
over. And
Yeah.
Especially the first day we went there, me and Delaney and I, we went and like we were start searching about the rooms and
yeah, trying to get
where
our,
everybody before we
bearings.
get the session so we can get the session on time.
Yeah, perfect. Okay, so tell us something that you feel you learn the most about that convention. Like, it could be a skill, it could be something that you experience, anything that you feel like, wow, I'm really very lucky, let's say, for going there because I ended up leaving with this.
Yeah.
Whether it's a new skill that you learn, whether it's a new friendship that you establish with someone, whatever, you tell us.
Yeah, so my sessions I really took away from, I went to a lot about leadership and soft skills. So the first session I went to was how to be more happy, because I think that's important in college because sometimes we just get stressed out.
Yeah.
And so like I just took away a lot of like skills on how to be more grateful and be happier every day. So that is something I still use today and I still remember. And the leadership one I went to, sometimes it's hard for me to let other people do work. I like to do it myself and have it done my way. So I learned how to
Delegate.
yes,
That-
delegate, absolutely.
Okay.
So that was really important.
That's
skill
good.
For me.
And that's very important, you know, for you as what I call the future leaders. It is very important to learn all these skills from now because, yes, you're going to learn them as you do more and you get more involved, but it's good also to hear about it, to learn about it, to practice it even at a convention like that. Antonio, what did you?
Well, I want to talk about two of them I really liked. One of them, it was set free music.
Music to set your mind free, or
Yes,
music to
something
set you
like
free?
that. This one, it's talking about how if you are like stressful, what to do when you hear the music and the right music. It's therapy music, not any kind of music. Those can help you if you were like for driving and hear this music, or you were like sitting in the library and hear this music, and that's make you feel better. The other one, it was digital footprint. I really like it. I enjoyed it because it's talking about social media, how is bad side and good side, and how is every movement you do it, it's data safe for you, where you go, how people using the apps, like let's say it's Facebook, people using 90% of Facebook from the other apps. Snapchat, it's like 35%. Instagram, like how people using the apps and how bad and stuff happened behind the social media, like people got killed because somebody hacked their Facebook and did something else and they didn't like it and they killed themselves.
And those are very important things
Yeah.
because, you know, we tend to depend a lot on social media. You know, if you ask me a couple of years ago, John, would you ever tweet? I would say, no way.
Right.
Now, I do all that stuff because, you know, we are living in a society that will really require us, I will say. I mean, I don't know how accurate this world going to be, but really we feel like we are required to be on social media, whether it's Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, or any of these things. And yes, it is important to be careful because how can you manage, you know, putting out your information in public, but at the same time still have some sort of privacy, and that is very important issue. Well, both of you were recognized at the awards banquet this past Friday with Delaney. You received the most prestigious award for the sophomore students here at MCC, which is the Woolsey Award. And Antonio, you received the most prestigious award for freshman students, which is the Kaufman Awards. how do you feel about that recognition? You know, I know that people would say, okay, well, I don't do what I do because I want to get recognized. But it feels good when you are recognized. And especially for these two awards, it's the whole college, the staff, the instructors, the administration, everybody votes on that. So how do you feel about receiving awards like that? And I see your pictures here, both of you on the screen. So how do you feel about that moment? What did you feel?
Well, I cried. I still am incredibly humbled that my impact here was that significant and that people noticed what I did for them. While it may have been small things that I did, it felt to me like it was just small things must have made a big difference to someone else.
And those small things do make a big difference usually for someone. And thank you for that. Thank you for that. Antonio, how did you feel about that?
I feel really, I can't explain it because it surprised me. And especially today, Stephanie, our advisor in PTK, she told me just only 5 people know from school about your awards. And I wasn't expect that because it was really nice, and especially it's really, I don't know how can I explain it.
It's tough sometimes to talk about yourself, right?
It's good feelings and
and you guys, both of you, definitely deserve that because I see your involvements here at the college and what you are trying to do and how you are trying to reach out to other students. Whether Delaney, for you, like I don't know. I honestly will be afraid even to put a number on that. I don't know how many people you helped in these 2 years. With their most probably English papers, with their English communication, and so on. So I don't know. I'm not gonna even put a number on how many hours.
Either.
So that does a huge difference with the PTK. I mean, with all the projects that you work on, it does make a difference. Sometimes, yes, those what you call the small things have a huge effect on those around us, basically. And same thing, Antonio, with your involvement with the PTK, with the Calumet, with MCC Young Democrats, and outside the college too, both of you with the Extension Office, Iowa State University Extension Office. And the effect, you just think of the effect on those 7th grade kids. I'm sure they look up for you guys, and that makes a huge difference for sure. Obviously, you know, as I always say, you know, our guests are always special guests because each one of them did something that made a huge difference on us here at MCC or us as Muscatine, as a community. And remember, the college is part of the community, and hence you are doing, for example, what you are doing outside the college. As we are going towards reaching almost the end of the show, I would like to give each one of you what I always call 3 minutes. It's not necessarily it has to be a minute, but I call it 3 minutes. So in that minute or so, you can share whatever you would like to share that perhaps we forget to talk about or we miss and so on. So it's all yours, guys. And then I will take it from there.
Well, I guess I would just like to thank MCC for everything the past 2 years, like opportunities such as the PTK convention. I would have never gotten at another college, obviously, because it's a community college-based organization. So just a big thank you to all the faculty and staff that nominated me and selected me for that award as well. That was very humbling and meaningful. I'm very honored to have been a student here, truly. So.
We are very honored to also to have you here at MCC as one of our students, and we always wish you the best for sure. Antonio?
Well, I truly appreciate all MCC and all instructor helped me. Even and my uncle know, I came here, I wasn't speaking English. I had none to say. I never understand anything, and looks what I am in. I'm in a lot activities. I always love being like around everybody, making friendship, and I made a lot friendship, and you are one of my friendship. Thanks for everybody.
Thank you, and definitely, I'm sure our audience do appreciate you sharing your story with them, and that is very important. As we always say, we bring you the best to your screen, and we try to introduce our programs, our students to you. And as I always say, if you have any question and or comments, you can call me at 563-288-6064, or you can email me at jdabeet@eicc.edu. Till next time, Muscatine, bye-bye.